more seriously. I think they still want to win a little bit more than ITS did, so I'm expecting a better matchup.
Yeah, so with that said, the teams are actually just about ready, so we want to be getting to this here as soon as possible. But with that said, are we good with the team profile videos? Want to show those up in just a second here? Okay, so
Sure.
we'll start first. We'll kick it off with this. Let's take a look at these teams a little bit closer. They'll have the game for you after, so let's take a look. So there you are, State Green EU taking on KFG, of course. A kind of a breakdown right there of the two teams. I will say, man, it still is a little strange seeing Haxer in on State Green EU. It's,
right.
It doesn't feel right yet. I mean, still waiting for that to kind of come together.
Still, I mean, in the games I've seen, it's fit together perfectly.
Oh, yeah.
So
yeah.
Definitely exciting to see him play with. It was actually funny because when I first met Haxer and Minuts, I told them, you guys remind me so much of each otother. This is when they were still on different teams. Like, you guys seem like you guys would be best friends. Yeah. So I told them that, and then all of a sudden they were playing on the same team. So
go figure, go figure. No, but Haxerin, we were just talking about the complexity situation. Of course, the last matchup when they were taking on ITS with Traufmador joining them in place of Haxerin. Haxerin joining State Green EU, it seems like it was a great fit for them as well. Both teams definitely got a big plus out of these changes, I think it's safe to say. Looking forward to seeing his debut here on Honcast for this Dreamhack Summer 2013 event for this team. With that said, they are in the game, so let's jump in now, ladies and gentlemen, to what is only going to be, as all the others, a one-game series here in the group stages. So, of course, State Green EU taking on KFG, a.k.a. Kung Fu Gaming. So State Green on the Legion side, Kung Fu Gaming on the Hellborn side. Of course, you see the records right there. We do have Kung Fu Gaming. They're coming off the loss to State Green, obviously, and then Kung Fu Gaming, or State Green EU defeated Impunity in their first matchup. So that's how those records stand. As far as the breakdown of the bands and whatnot, we got the blind bands Ophelia Keeper coming out here from the Legion, Ophelia Parasite from KFG, and we're moving along pretty quickly here in the lockpicking phase.
And you saw there, Tempest was left in the pool. Mine not snap locking it.
Yeah.
Definitely placing high value on that hero. Deadwood's still on the board. Pebbles is also locked up, though. So Rally and Pebbles locked, so he knows, hey, we're going to get one or the other probably. So locking them both, and happy with that.
Yeah, I'm going to take care of doing them both. KFG, I will say, I didn't get to analyze that. Actually, I'm waving at the camera there. I didn't get to analyze the first game that they played against Stigger by any means, but I did hear that not only was it a very quick game, about 18-minute game, but I think it ended up in like 33-4 hero kills or something like that. So again, a one-sided game right there. It's not to necessarily judge KFG from that one game against arguably the best team out there right now in State Green, but something to just think about. You know, they are a little bit perhaps demoralized coming off of that, but at the same time, hey, you know, these one-game series, it's the group stage as a whole that matters, not each individual game necessarily. So move on from it. Easy for us to say, I know. Just got to move on from it, though, and face another, hey, their counterparts in State Green EU now, right? So not much easier, I guess, but We'll see again what they bring to the table. You see right here, I mean, again, looking at the player cam, I mean, they're all huddled up, man. They're going this drafting stage together as a team, so
yep.
Trying to decide what to do.
Taking a look at bans, Stay Green has been known to run a lot of Dampier, so we're going to be interesting to see if that's actually being addressed. Deadwood still on the board, Dampier on the board. Other than that, look at Master of Arms, you look at Engineer. Dark Lady actually being taken out by Hellborn team there over some other options, so... while I do think it's formidable, there's a number of other sound carry options, so not sure if I would address that first before him, but I'm choosing to take her out of the pool.
Yeah, and there's the Lodestone to finish things off, actually.
I always sort of skim over him when I'm looking at the patch. Just have to get used to
Yeah, exactly. He's still one of those. Got to get used to somewhat.
He's by no means a hero that you should pass over.
Oh.
Incredibly powerful, but yeah, quick snap pick up Engineer. Vitsky's support hero of choice, and one that he plays phenomenally.
Yep, Engineer, nothing wrong with that. Obviously, KFG, as far as what they're eyeing, you do got that Aluna still on the board. Definitely something that stands out to me right off the bat. But we'll see. You know, similar as we kind of talked about with ITS and their situation is, do you just go for more of a, not even necessarily a trollish lineup, but some oddball, you know, curve picks perhaps?
Well, there you go. Gauntlet being picked up again here. Following the footsteps of ITS maybe a little bit, but just kidding around there. I thought the Aluna pick was a bit hasty. I think they already showed their support pick in the Engineer, so they could have waited on it. But maybe they didn't want to show their last pick, so leads me to believe maybe you're looking at something a little bit more unconventional. Torture was addressed or not?
Torture is still on the... Oh, he's in the lock pool.
No, Torture... Yeah, okay, there we go, so...
Makes sense. How about that, though? Look at what we got over here on the Stay Green EU side.
Yeah, the Flux NG combo,
Yep, that's dangerous. Dangerous combination.
They're actually known to run it before the patch occasionally, too, and then afterwards when it became more of a thing.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, we could have figured the Dampier with the Pebbles, and, well...
There you go, Dampier.
Actually, yeah, they're taking it away for their own team. And actually, yesterday you were watching that game, too. Dampier... I believe it was Limestyle playing it. I think he had a 15-1 game against ITS.
Oh, yeah. I definitely was tuning into that one at least somewhat.
Shrunken Portal Key or something of that nature, yeah.
Yeah, Dampier definitely a hero that came to mind of, especially with the Grimoire Power edition, a hero that we could perhaps start seeing.
Yeah, a lot of burst potential there with the Dampier, with the Aluna, with the Gauntlet. So I like their ability to set up pickoffs, and they're actually not going for the rally at all, going for the Magnus over the rally. I got to think Stay Green is happy with that. Instant rally pickup, and then... I don't know, man. I feel like if anything, just take the rally to stop them from having and just sort of use rally like you would use the Magnus.
Yeah.
But...
No, they prefer the Magnus. Noodle going to be playing the Magnus here. Is it? By the way, do you know this answer? Is it Noodle or is it NQQ Oodle?
I've always called it Noodle.
Okay, yeah, I have too, but I know I've been told that it's also like it can be called NQQ. It's they're Q's because the cry face, whatever.
Yeah, I think it's just a fun way of doing Noodle, and then it's also the cry face, and it's got a little accent on it. But yeah,
gotcha.
I always called them Noodle.
All right, so again, Noodle and GG Slayer, definitely two names you should recognize if you follow the competitive scene at all. Representing the China region here, playing for Kung Fu Gaming. Limestyle, YJK, and Isaka. Isaka, another player you might also recognize. He played at the GSL event.
He did. People were sort of joking around, calling him Chew.
The Chew lookalike.
Chew lookalike. Super friendly guy. Friendly guy.
Of course.
They love meeting him, so.
Well, look at what we got here. Well, a couple fun avatars, by the way. Ultimate Avatar Luna, as well as the Dampier avatar, I noticed. I haven't seen this one yet.
The Duchess Dampier, that one's a fun one, sure. Going to the top lane there. Curious to see if they'll actually run an aggressive setup. They definitely have the heroes to do so. This looks like they're roaming together to set up the ward, but otherwise, Stay Green knows they're like, screw that, we're not getting involved in that business. And well, Dampier going to be scouted out pretty early by the Sword of Sight, so well, Zai knowing exactly what he's going up against, and we'll see if they make any adaptations based on it. But I'm pretty sure their laning is sound as is. Rally going into the safe lane, so not frequent that we see a safe lane solo rally, but maybe expecting more of an aggressive setup. Says, hey, can't kill me here.
By the way, this is worth mentioning. Navi Pirate is Zai. For those that may not have known that yet, that is actually Zai. He did change his name. I guess it is an official change Zai known for just having, liking to have fun, being a little trollish somewhat. So.
But this is his new alias. This is moving on forth. He's no longer Zai. Novi Pirat.
Novi Pirat. Correct pronunciation, apparently. But yeah, so again, just to clarify, that's who it is. So of course, playing the bubbles here. As Minas talked about, he had to restart to change the sound settings real quickly. But should be back in ASAP and good to go. By the way, I'm noticing the player cams as well. You look at Kung Fu Gaming over there. The play, I'm not sure exact. I think that might be Limestyle actually, their captain. But he doesn't look like he's actually using the normal computer. It almost looks like he's using a laptop, which is kind of interesting. Is it a Mac? He's actually using a Mac. Wow.
What?
First
is he just
Mac
comfortable
Pro gamer?
playing for himself, so he just brought his Mac and he's like, hey.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, no, I noticed something different, but apparently, according to Panman, our producer, it's a Mac. Interesting.
He would know.
Yeah, that guy over there would definitely know. Anyways. Yep. Okay, so he's coming back in here, and looks like they are good to go now. But the landing phase coming about. I mean, you mentioned it. It's obvious here on Kung Fu Gaming, man. This is a team with plenty of burst potential coming out here. So that's one thing SGEU will have to be somewhat concerned about. But other than that, they got a just fine lineup themselves, of course.
I've got to say, if Mag is... Well, actually, I'm curious to see. Mag does have... No, he has more of a supportive item build here. Tort is going to be the one carrying, so... Yeah, I don't know. Figured they just wanted the secondary support Mag over the rally, I suppose. Has a little bit more damage on that stun compared to the rally stun at level 1. A little bit bigger stun duration, 2.15 seconds all levels, so... Maybe a little bit better suited to that role.
Yeah.
Even they're roaming a lot here for this Gauntlet, trying to set it up, maybe trying to pick up a kill on this Flux or wait for this Tempest to go farm the small camp and then try to jump him. Still, Tempest looks like he's playing it safe, and if they're not careful, they're going to get some quick rotation, so...
Yeah, I don't know if they're spotted right there. It seems like they might have been. Just saw them. Got enough information right there to get him to fall back from the yellow camp, so...
Well, that and they have the ward placed by Fitsky up there, man, so...
Oh, yeah. That probably, that probably did it, yeah. Good point. So the gank attempt unsuccessful in that sense. Gauntlet, in the meantime, taking a little bit of pressure right there, but in the end, staying alive. So the roaming Magnus Aluna not able to pull off anything just yet. We'll go back to the bottom lane instead and make this a full-on trial lane here. Gauntlet, in the meantime, actually install a YJK playing that Gauntlet. Couple more auto attacks, Flux, one more. Not going to be even needed. Bloodlust kill coming out for Stay Green EU as Fitzgay will get credit for it. So deadly combo with that Flux Engineer. Gauntlet not able to handle it there.
Yeah, and that's something where, like, if you had a rally, you could throw him against a combo like Flux Engineer and expect him to survive. Just mix up the lanes and, well, have the Gauntlet bottom. Then you have to switch, I guess, the farmer not to be Torture, though, so wanting that farming Tort really didn't work out that way.
Yeah, Flux being played by Haxer in here, by the way. Happy to get that, at least assist in that Bloodlust kill right there. As again, Fitzkin Engineer getting credit for it. So once again, Magnus and Aluna, though, roaming around. You see Magnus with that Haste Rune. He's trying to find any opportunity to get a dodge the keg stun. Meanwhile, Aluna's going to get caught, though. In comes a compel from Rally. And Isaka playing the Aluna is going to fall. So thought they had a chance right there continuing to roam around, but little did they know the Rally and Tempest were coming in to collapse and take them out instead.
With the Rally choosing to get active there, it's pretty hard for them to play aggressive at all because they're going to get sandwiched by 4 heroes every time they try to roam around the lane, unless they completely leave the bot lane with Torture, Mag, and Aluna, and then Rally's just going to get free experience. So it's hard. It's hard, man.
Wow, Dampier may actually fall right here. No, he's going to survive in the end, but big play coming out from Zai, honestly. Using that shell serve at a great time. Oh, he actually still might get Dampier timing. No, the final auto attack not going to go off. Dampier eating the trees, just getting the regen as much as possible. Look at him. Look at how ballsy he's playing here, man. He doesn't have any mana himself. He just wants to get as much experience as possible. But, geez, very close kill right there on both sides, really. Coming out, and it's still not over. Zai wants this, but...
Yeah, does that have a regen? Yeah, does he have a... What did he buy? Did he... Just his boots, right? So it doesn't have a bottle being ferried or anything. And health potion delivered for the Dampier, so going to get a little bit of lane control back here. Currently beating Zai out a little bit in farm, but
yeah,
not too surprising. This Bubbles or Dampier at the early levels is going to be easy hatchet CS. Bottom lane looking at this torture against the Rally. How's Rally faring, man? With that kill, he's sitting at 234 gold per minute and 10 CS. So the pseudo tri-lane just not really able to accomplish much here.
All right, there in the middle lane. Gauntlet gone on Flux, but the follow-up just really wasn't there. Now Gauntlet might be in some trouble. Flux, though, going to be gone on once again. Lava Surge coming out, putting in the auto attacks from Luna. She does have a power throw, but not even necessary. Flux just a little bit too tanky. Tempest also joining the party now. Magnus, Noodle's going to be in trouble, and Noodle will fall. So that was on the Hellboy team. They tried to initiate in the first place with Gauntlet. He landed the hook, but Magnus and Luna were just a little bit too far away at the time. And again, Flux, he is pretty beefy, especially with those 2 crushing claws. You're looking at 872 life already this early on in the game. So not able to come through, and unfortunately they get turned on there.
Yeah, the mid lane's pretty much already at this point a disaster. Had Tempest roam on it, had the converge. They actually got the kill onto Gauntlet when he was still sitting solo, so recovery potential at this point, not much to speak of. Almost an excellently placed turret, but he's able to get past it just in time. So otherwise, what we need here is to see some movement. We need to see some movement. Oh my god, Minot's ganking the bottom lane here, so literally everything just falling apart. We need to see some movement. We need to see something happening sooner than later. Because right now, not only do they have the giant lead, they have the Flux NG combination. NG's getting sound levels himself too. Not looking at the normally Gib support and a late level 6 on him. Yeah, Flux nearly falling to the tower right there, but he does barely stay alive. But meanwhile, at the top lane, though, look at that. Zai going down. Isaka actually getting credit for the kill on the Luna, but I'm sure Dampier doing plenty of damage himself. Didn't use the consume, it looks like, but did help set up for the kill on a bubble. So finally, some signs of life here for Kung Fu Gaming here in this game against Stay Green EU, but no doubt that they are behind early on, about a 3,000 gold lead as well as a 2,200 experience lead. But you do got a level 6 Dampier now, so that is something very positive to look at here if you are KFG, and definitely has even more kill potential now with that consume. Gauntlet, Aluna, and Magnus, the trio right here, they're going to continue to roll around together as they're going to actually protect the top rune. It looks like it's going to be the refreshment. Bottom rune will spawn, and that'll be a haste rune for Tempest to bottle up, actually. They don't actually have any vision in the top river either, so roaming onto the bubbles would have been easy enough. Just figures that Dampier can hold his own, though. Doesn't really need to roam for him. Dive in the bottom lane. Port coming in, though, and that will get Tempest to turn back as well as Rally. He's running with a haste rune, but the Port coming in, not worth the risk right there, so decides to play it safe. Oh, the Kexton is going to land on the collar right there. He tried to dodge. Nice job with the grapple. Trying to get himself out of danger. Maybe a turnaround kill in the process. Engineer holding his ground. Engineer putting in the auto attacks, and we'll get the kill first. Haxtron actually getting credit for it, but Fitsuke does fall. But again, YJK got taken out just before. So he gets the gold credit, but not the experience. Meanwhile, at the bottom lane, Lem takes out Noodle right there. Obviously, and they're actually applying aggression onto 2 more, so 2v3 there. They're having the upper hand. Oh, wow, and yeah. He wasn't able to get experience for that kill in mid. Gauntlet did drop before the engineer died, so unfortunate right some there. Solo experience there, and also getting closer to level 6. Yeah, he has it now, so gonna make it even harder. By the way, have some fun stats right here. Crowslaw, our man Crowslaw, he's we mentioned earlier with the hero tier list. He's also going to be doing his part in feeding us some stats every now and then. I know he's recorded a lot of stats over the last couple of months, even a month or so, specifically from the Dreamhack qualifiers that happened. Just gathering a lot of hero stats and just fun stats in general. Anyways, something he pulled out here was that Rally has a 55% win rate, and Magnus only has a 40% win rate in the last about month, it sounds like. So the fact that they did go for the Magnus right there, even bringing that out. Meanwhile, though, hold that thought, though, middle lane. Gauntlet's in trouble. He'll eventually fall. That Tempest holding the pull them. Even Torture as he points it right there. It's going to be a slaughter here in favor of Sacred, it looks like. Or will it be? Torture, big timing right there. Finally, Magnus falls. Serial killer streak for Haxtron, holding his ground. Tempest coming back up the Glacial Blast. And Torture will fall. So it ends up being beautiful for Stay Green EU. They get a genocide when it's all said and done. And they push in the tower. Ouch. Meanwhile, right Bubbles was top lane the entire time, man. Yeah. So, actually, the Dampier, was that? No, the Dampier died. To Bubbles? What happened? Yeah, it looks like he died 1-on-1 to Bubbles while that was happening, basically. Bubbles assist Haxtron in the pool. Does the pool give Flux an assist? Who's that? Or did Dampier go mid and die first? I'm not sure, actually. Yeah, I'm not sure how that. Since Bubbles nuke him as he's leading, I'm not actually sure now. Yeah, the Haxtron did get the assist. You're right. I guess the discharge does get the assist. Unless he didn't port mid, right, and get hit by the bubbles before and then get killed.
I don't know. I honestly don't know what happened there. It seems like, yeah, people are saying that it was a Flux ultimate that did it.
Okay,
so
okay, sure.
That's why. But
that's what I thought, but... Oh, gonna miss the stun out of Flux here. Magnus coming on in, trying to interrupt the Tempest. Isn't in stun ranges yet, because it's only a level 2 Surge.
Magnus, yeah, but Flux is gonna run away. Oh, the chain reaction's just missing right there. Shell Surf coming out from Zai, but here comes Dampier, actually. Good job with a fly as well as the Terrorize actually gets a 1 kill. Flux is barely gonna stay alive, not for long though. Big power throw coming out, gets the kill onto him as well. So it ends up being a, well, I guess technically a 2 for 1. As in the meantime, Gauntlet does go down at the top lane for Kung Fu Gaming. So against a couple of solid kills for KFG, but kind of overshadowed by the fact that Gauntlet yet again drops at the top side here. And continuing to struggle somewhat, but going back to Lime style here, playing this Dampier, he continues to be a pretty big deal for this team. Only farming around 260 gold per minute though, so not the best, unfortunately. He is level 9, however. At least has the levels going for him.
Yeah, I mean, they do have that Flux Engineer ulti. Both Flux Engineer hitting level 7 now, though, so on top of the Tempest. You talk about Flux Engineer, there's also the Flux Tempest energy. You can pretty much jump in there, especially once he has Shrunken Head Portal Key, but even before that, he can just pretty much jump in there, lay his ultimate. The Flux ulti comes in, and bam. It's already hard enough to dodge and split for a Tempest ultimate. When you add Flux on top of that, insane.
Top tower going down for our Legion team right there, so gold lead even getting bigger, 9,300 gold lead now on top of the 6,600 experience. They really want to dive Zai down here. Zai, Song of the Sea, the Shell Surf to take cover. He will port to safety, at least for now. And I don't think they're getting to him. And actually, Dampier needs to be a little careful. Dropping a half life on the tower. He's going to consume, though, be fine. But Zai making his escape right there. Actually isn't even going to port out. Well, he doesn't have one. That makes sense. So going to stay there for now, but in the meantime, the top lane going to be heavily pushed in by Stay Green EU.
You might try to set things up here.
Yeah.
They do have a Flux ultimate that can pull them in as they're at the tower, and then Bubbles can catch up with his. So a lot of chase would be pretty easy. Not actually going to set anything up, though. Just content to take the top tower during this exchange instead of risking a difficult fight.
Yeah, they didn't have the best port. Both Tempest.
Why not take the tier 2 for a tier 1? And if that option's there, sure, you might be able to make a fight happen, but it's guaranteed that's a safe tower push, so don't even risk throwing.
So, tower goes down right there, and they may even push more. I mean, KFG, that gets to a point where you gotta definitely worry about that. I mean, only 11.5 minutes into this game, so you do see Torture coming in though, as well as Gauntlet. And that will be the cue for Stay Green EU to quickly fall back. So, but in the meantime, at the bottom lane, look at this. Dampier and Magnus, they want Zai still. Zai a little bit too quick. Oh, he ports right into them, actually. Gets the kill to Magnus. He's going for the double tap himself. Big jump on the take cover, but the consume comes out. Here comes Ryan, the big compel coming out. Putting in the double roar. The final couple of auto attacks. Yes! Zai will get it. A double tap. Great assistance at the last second, but big plays.
That was a huge shake cover too onto the Terrorize, man. Definitely crucial in his survival. And well, Zai, man, Zai thwarting that gank attempt almost single-handedly.
Yeah. And he turns it around with a double tap.
Yeah, with the rally assistance in the end to get the double tap. Yep.
Look at that. Tempest takes out Asaka, just finds him in the jungle. Asaka and Aluna only level 4 still. Really struggling for any kind of levels here, so not really able to pull it together. So again, clearly another case here of one team just outclassing the other, honestly. Stay Green EU just on another level, it really feels like. KFG doing what they can, though, for now while they still have time. Tempest, oh, they're going to pull in Torture and Magnus right here. Flux finishing off Torture at least. Oh, not going to be enough just yet. He's not the biggest damage output dealer. And Torture will fall in the end, however, from Tempest. But here comes the reinforcements. Flux trying to survive right here using the mana battery himself, or the power supply even. He gets the assistance from Tempest, and it looks like they both will stay alive. The team assistance is definitely solid here.
Not over just yet, though. Bubbles is coming on in. Kelfield not up for 6 more seconds, though, Breaky.
Yeah, that's probably going to be the big savior, if anything, but it goes back into Dampier. The Terrorize, does he have a consume? Yes, he does. He can't get it off, though. He got CC'd that whole time from silences to being pulled all over the place. And Limestyle falls before even getting it off. Ouch. That's just got to be frustrating, man. That consume would have changed everything. It would have gotten a kill, most likely, as well as helped keep him alive,
potentially, for sure. Keep him alive a little bit longer, but yeah, not able to get it off. Excellent coordination coming out from SG, and this game has quickly spiraled into a pretty deep spot, man.
Yeah.
We like to look at that. I mean, that 60% mark is already beginning to look good. That's 67% of the gold control, 65% of the experience. That's more than anyone could ask for here at 13 minutes into the game, and well, possessing that strong team synergy, the strong team fight synergy on top of it. It's not like they're really holding out for the late game to make this one pull through.
14 minutes in right now. I mean, the gold and the experience really do speak for itself, of course, in favor of State Green EU. So again, they came into this 1-0. Their victory over Impunity earlier, definitely a solid one there, and here they are looking like they want to stay undefeated against KFG now and move on to 2-0 for KFG. Again, 0-1 coming into this, playing State Green, the other State Green. Possibly could be falling 0-2 if things don't change quickly here.
If they wanted to make this game work, they needed to buy extra rewards and really, really push Tempest out of their woods. They needed to completely push Tempest, out of his own woods, sorry. So they could take over the jungle, and that way when they went to go gank mid, it would have been more of a 3v2 situation. You know, it wouldn't have been the kind of thing where Rally was converging, Tempest was converging, mid lane with the Engineer Flux was converging. You know, they really just needed to get those 2 extra rewards, box them out, make them go to the enemy woods, and then roam from there.
Yeah. Bottom tower push here. You got KFG setting up. This is probably it right here, if anything. I mean, they just want to give it a go here, see what they can make happen. There's a grapple, and Tempest pulls it right into the Flux jumps in, though. Tempest doesn't have that ultimate. It doesn't matter, though. Look at that. KFG just gets slaughtered. No Tempest ultimate even remotely needed. Flux and Engineer did plenty, as well as Rally and Bubbles with their follow-up. A complete genocide in favor of State Green EU. So you got to figure now, again, it's just a matter of time before KFG calls it quits and says we are done with this. I mean, I think the player cams really do kind of speak for itself. You got one team that's taking EU, they're happy, they're upbeat, and you got KFG just the heads are hanging, and obviously not
a little bit of the head shaking right there.
Yeah. But hey, they gave it an effort, but in the end, again, they're outclassed is what it simply really comes down to. You can't expect to beat a dominating team in State Green EU when you have minimal practice coming into it, unfortunately. So, and you see again the Tempest ultimate just really gonna push it in right here. And another genocide in the works. Dampier actually barely staying alive, gets 1 counter kill.
Yeah, a little bit of
doesn't matter though.
Spitting in Bubbles' face there as they get knocked out. But the GG well plays have been called here. Kung Fu Gaming throwing up the concede votes, and well, back to back. And we mentioned ITS and Kung Fu Gaming are a bit of counterparts here. I expected this match to be a little bit closer, but not today. I honestly don't think that. Okay, sure, State Green